Hawks loss against the St. Louis Blues, and a little update from or for Corey Perry. So little news on that, and we will get into that. Yeah, so just starting out with the news on Corey Perry. Just a little nugget here. Um, Corey Perry has stepped away from the Chicago Blackhawks to attend personal matters. Corey and his family appreciate privacy at this time, and that's from Elliot Friedman. So that's a top NHL source. He got that tidbit from Pat Morris of Newport, who represents Corey Perry. So that's legit stuff, and yeah, just we'll see what comes of that situation. Not really going to get into that because we don't really know what's going on, and that's completely fine. Let's see here. GMKD, a little update on the absences, right? The injuries with like Double A, Taylor Hall, obviously out for the year. Perry's gone right now. Um, on some roster additions, Davidson said, in quote, it's not an easy thing to do to add on a fly, especially this early in the season. There are probably other teams that would be far more aggressive than us trying to add talent. So it doesn't seem like he's going to add anything right now. Maybe we do take on a couple contracts at that trade deadline, but it's a little ways out from here. So not too crazy about that right now. Ben Pope, a quote from KD during that presser yesterday. Korchinski won't go to the World Junior Championships this year. Davidson says he's staying in the NHL. So that's valuable ice time for Korch with the Hawks. I would also like to keep him, on the team during all that. Uh, don't really want to risk like a weird injury during that tournament there, and it's more valuable to have him with us, during the season. And just getting into this loss against the Blues today, 4-2. Let's check out the lineup really quick. The lines: Reichel, Bedard, Kershev, line one, line two, TJ, Tyler Johnson, Gutman, Radish. Third line: Foligno, Dickinson, Anderson, Kachuk, Donato, Reese Johnson for the fourth line. D pairs, same thing as usual. The last few games here: Vlasic, Jones, Korchinski, Murphy, Kaiser, Phillips, and Soderblom and net. So that's two starts in a row for Arvid Soderblom, which had a weird game. Wouldn't say like it was a great game, a fantastic game, but started out slow and then um, played really big at the end there. So let's get into the stats of the game really quick. Shots on goal. Hawks outshot the Blues 34-28. Face-off percentage for the first time in, I want to say, like a while. Not 100% on the percentage in recent games. I just can't remember those stats, but 52.9% for the Hawks, 47.1 for the Blues. Hawks on top with that. Power play 1 for 2, Blues. Hawks 0 for 2. The power play was pretty rough today. Not a lot of success just getting the puck in at the net. We're still messing around with that drop pass that we used to do with Kaner, right? Uh, Under some of the former coaches, just can't get the puck at the net. Can't even get in the zone with that drop pass because it dissolves like all momentum that you have going into the zone. So really got to change that up. Really not liking that drop pass. It just kills all the speed, all momentum, and you can't sustain that ozone time on that power play. Just not good. Penalty minutes 4-4 for both teams. Hits 22-15. Blues. Obviously, the Hawks had pretty good puck possession today, getting a lot of shots on net, but we'll get into like the quality of those shots, right? Like the high danger chances, because I think it could be better. But 21 blocks for the Blues obviously makes sense. Looking at the shots, 4 blocks for the Hawks, uh, possibly lowest number all year. And the Blues still had 28 shots on net. So uh, just weird. I, I don't know. Just the diamond defensive setup right in front of our net. Maybe we're just not getting in front of a lot of those shots, and I think that would have helped early on in that first period because the goals were pouring on pretty early here. So we'll look at the scoring really quick. First period, about 3 minutes into the game. Uh, Anytime you see a goal within the first 5 minutes of the game, it's ugly, right? So the Blues score, make it 1-0, 3 minutes and 21 seconds into the game. Backhand shot from Jake Neighbors. Pretty nifty move that he made. Pretty young player, too. I think he's 21 years old. That was a good goal from him in that first period there. Kevin Hayes, vet, wrist shot makes it 2-0, 5 minutes and 27 seconds into the game. So less than 6 minutes into the game, it's already 2-zip, right? That's the worst way to start out a game. And it seems like we've been starting that way recently, right? Like the last few weeks, we're just getting down in scoring early, right? Um, Obviously not with the last game, but uh, you have to keep it close early. You can't just let in 2, 3 goals and then you're just in a deep hole from there. Ryan Donato scores 14 minutes into the first period, so only about 5, 6 minutes left in the first. He's been on a little point streak here too. Just he's been playing very well with that fourth line. We'll see if he's elevated again, right? Because some things with the top six are just not flowing very well. With Reichel hasn't been very consistent. Tyler Johnson, Cole Gutman, I really don't like that combo. Basically, two like traditional centers, smaller centers, and TJ could play that wing spot, but I just don't think it translates well for him. It doesn't seem like he's getting a whole ton of chances um, on net. I don't even think he had a shot on net today, so that's not great. But Donato makes that score to 1, 14 minutes into the game, assisted by Phillips and Kaiser. Kaiser getting over to Phillips for that primary assist. I believe he shot it on net, yeah, and Donato tipped it in front. But I've been liking how Phillips is just he doesn't care about who's in front, right? He's ripping the puck from the point, and that's good to see because he has a pretty good slapper, pretty decent shot there. So that helps out a lot for him, right? We're seeing some good flashes from him. 17 minutes into the first period, Buchnevich on the power play, he makes the game 3-1. Snapshot. Buchnevich has, I think, 3, 4, maybe 5 goals on the worst power play in the league with the Blues here. So that's not great to see that you let him score, right? Um, you should be targeting him to keep him off the board, or not really targeting, but like what's the word? Just like branching him off, right? Like double team screen. Just don't let him get shots on net because he has been scoring those for the worst PP, right? But in the third period here, Jake Neighbors was at his second goal. Yeah, second goal of the game. 21-year-old player, but uh, he scores 13 minutes into that third period. Wrist shot assisted by Buchnevich again. It always seems like Buchnevich has pretty decent games against the Hawks. Uh, he's a really fun player, really smart too. Plays down the middle. Uh, but he gets that over to Jake Neighbors, gets a wrist shot on. 13 minutes into the third period there, yeah, and makes it 4-1. Game is out of reach already for the Hawks that late, with about a minute left. Boris Kachuk with a lot of chances, right? The last few games, 3, 4, 5 games, Boris Kachuk with a lot of breakaways, a lot of short area like spurts, bursts. And he's been getting shots on net, but he finally gets one to go. Sweet deke on Jordan Bennington. You love to see that because no one likes Jordan Bennington. Um, Makes a score 4-2. Just dekes him, tucks it in backhand. But this game was weird, right? Like you top him out with shots. Um, but like I said earlier, when you look at the quality of shots, like having those high danger chances in front of the net, right in the crease, you have to capitalize on those chances. Jordan Bennington, I mean, credit to him that he made a lot of great saves. 3, 4 saves where we probably should have scored. This game could have been, and say like 4-1, 5-2 Hawks. Jordan Bennington made some real good saves, 94% on the day, and 34 shots on us, right? From us. So he definitely stepped up big time, but we need our top six to get going here in this stretch of games where we're playing every other day now, right? I believe we're playing the Kraken, Cracktown on Tuesday. So that's going to be a fun game. Love seeing their jerseys. The Kraken. That's going to be what's the word, like aesthetically pleasing, right? With that blue and the Hawks. I don't know if we're heading out to Seattle, but we can check that later on. Uh, let's see here for some post game thoughts from the locker room. Philip Thompson, he has quote from Nick Foligno. Uh, Quote, we're just one win, one loss, one win, one loss. It's a frustrating road to be on, but we have to understand why we're in it. Yeah, and that makes sense from Nick Foligno. I mean, he's speaking like a captain, right? Without the C. But it's just inconsistency right now. We can't win 2 games in a row, right? The title of the thumbnail. We can't find a way to win. Like last game against Toronto was great, right? The young guys, Kershev, Korchinski, and Bedard. We get that GWG, but you have to find a way to win the next game, right? Build some momentum for something, right? Like we've talked before. We're not racing to the wild card or the playoffs here. Obviously, we're on bottom three here now, but you have to string something together, get something going, get some momentum, brighten it up. But can't win 2 games in a row right now. It's frustrating from Nick Foligno. Also, I mean, makes a lot of sense. Ben Pope, let's see here. Also from Foligno, it's about making everyone realize collectively how are we going to become the Chicago Blackhawks? How are we going to become that teams fear playing? Quote, it's by that first commitment to competing and understanding what that looks like every night. It's not tic tac toe in the back of the net. It's grinding teams out. Yeah, like some of our wins this year, we're grinding out. Like our bottom six is carrying us, right? Uh, Getting the body on the puck, getting physical, scoring in the crease, getting in front of the net, and obviously that first line has clicked at times to execute, right, to score, and Kershev is playing very well with Bedard, but we'll see what happens with the top six here uh, going on this next week here, uh, starting with Seattle Kraken. We'll see if Reichel sticks on that first line. We'll see if Tyler Johnson and Cole Gutman, if they are um, sticking on that second line with Radish. I guess Joe and I could get into some kind of combos that we could see. Maybe Colton Dock gets a little shot here. Um, because Gutman's are already up, but we'll see what happens with the lineup coming up here. Uh, it is a little weird to see Arvid Soderblom get the second start uh, in a row. I guess rewarding him for that win in Toronto, which he played great. But hopefully Mrazek's not like banged up or anything, with his groin issue that he's had in the past. But we'll see how that lineup shakes out here next week, starting with let's see here with Seattle. Um, I guess I could take a look really quick at the next week here, starting with Seattle on Tuesday night. I believe that's 7 p.m. 7:30 on Tuesday. Yeah, and we get Detroit on Thursday. So that's always fun. Hawks in Detroit. I'm looking forward to that one. And then Winnipeg Jets. Then that'll be a back to back with the Jets and the Wild. So interesting week coming up here for the Hawks. And we'll see if that lineup shakes out, right? If we're going to make some switches. Obviously, no moves, right? No big moves right now, but we'll see how that lineup shakes out. Joe and I will be back probably Tuesday, right? But maybe Monday just to take a look at the Kraken, Seattle's lineup, and see how we match up against them for Tuesday. So thanks for listening in, Skoks, Chicago Blackhawks Central, and we will see you soon.